everyone, welcome back to Studioloo. It's Cindy. So we are here today with day number 10, staple and tuck spot. This is DEPHEMEREMBER. It is a December daily ephemera making challenge that is hosted by 49 Dragonflies and Louisa Heinzel. I have linked their channels in the description box below, and I'm super excited to get into this one. So the most dynamic tuck spot that I'm aware of is actually one that I learned from Pink Oddbird. She's an amazing YouTuber. She has all sorts of like great, I just love her aesthetic. I love her style. I think she's really unique and cool. So this is called the potuckalope, and she has a tutorial on her channel. I recommend you check her out. She's a lot of fun to show you how to make this. So why is it called a potuckalope? Because it is a pocket. It is a tuck spot. And it is an envelope, and it can also be a secondary pocket back here. So I will show you how to make one of these. It's actually very easy. She said that she learned how to do this from when she was in school, because when they would run out of paper cups, the kids would make this shape with like a smaller piece of copy paper, and they would put water in there to have a drink. So I thought that was really funny. So I'm going to use this piece of paper, which is actually from a book about Curiosa that I have about this person who collects these strange things. So what you're going to do is I'll flip this over actually, because this is the side that I want to show. So you'll flip it over onto the wrong side essentially, and you're going to put it into a diamond arrangement. Let me just move my little book back here so I can get fully on camera. I have a bunch of little things here. Okay, so we have our diamond shape. Then you're going to fold it in half into a triangle. So this will work with any size paper. I think I said that, so long as it is square. So fold it into a triangle, and let's just make sure that we're okay. Then you're going to bring the top tip down to the center and fold it, and you might want to burnish with a bone folder to just kind of tighten your folds a little. Then turn it on its side, and you're going to bring both of the sides in. So you bring this tip in like with the other tip. They line right up nicely to each other, and burnish it again. Then bring this tip in, and we'll burnish it again. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to make 3 of these today because I made a couple ahead of time. So we have 2 of the Curiosa and just 1 basic white one. So there's a bunch of ways that you can use these. So this one I think I want to use as an envelope. Then I'm going to use another one as like a triple kind of tuck spot that's going to be like left open like that. And yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I think what I want to do with one though, and I think I'll use this one, is I want to put a magnetic closure on this, which also Pink Oddbird does demonstrate in her video on how to do that. So what you need to do, because you're using this as, an envelope, you want to have your magnet in a place that it won't impede putting something inside here. So what that means is you're going to put one of the magnets on this side. So what you do to adhere that, I'm using double-sided tape. So just plunk that here and peel the backing up here. Hopefully that won't be too difficult. There we go. And then you're just going to center. Actually, hold on. No, I did this wrong. Wait a minute. Just had to review my notes about how I wanted to do this magnetic closure. I sort of had a little plan, but then I just double checked with the Pink Oddbird video to see what she did. And actually, when she puts in her magnetic closure, she puts it on the back of the envelope like I was planning to, as well as on here. So that's what would stick down. And then this would stay up. So that's how it would go, but you would have to cover this over. So what I'm thinking is, what I want to do with this one, I'm complicating this first one because of this magnetic closure idea. The others will be a little easier, so I'll do the hard one first, then we'll do a couple other easier ones. And I'll show you the dynamic way that we can use this. So I want to do my magnetic closure here, but I want to keep this nice kind of tuck spot. So I want to still see this. So really, there's no reason that I can't just cut this off, glue it to here, put my magnet under, and then I will still have that nice tuck spot there. I mean, I guess ultimately it's the same thing as if I were to put it like on the back here. Except, yeah, I would lose that tuck spot, but then I could glue it like an L shape and still have something behind the whole envelope, but that's not what I want to do with this one. So let's just do our own thing, okay? So let's just cut this off. Top flap is off. Now, let's just confidently do this because we're clearly experts here, so... Okay, let's peel this double-sided tape up. It can be a little fiddly, and I already had it there, but I... Okay, I'm going to grab one of these magnets, lie it down there, kind of in the center if possible. Then another piece of double-sided tape, just to adhere the magnet exactly where we want it to be. And again, we'll lift this up, hopefully. Let's press it down really well here. Come on, little one. There it goes. Okay, so now we've got the sticky side. Now I'm going to actually also just add my art glitter glue to the edges here to just adhere this whole thing on there, because now we've separated it from the rest of the envelope. And this is mainly just because I want to see the particular side of the paper. I think if you use like a nice like scrapbook paper to do this, that it would not be as challenging. So there we go. There we go. Let's get that on there and just make sure that all the glue adheres, especially in this area around this magnet. These magnets are ever so slightly thicker, I think, than what you want to use. They are a little thicker than the flat magnets that are available, but this is just what I have right now. So let's just go with it. And then, of course, you know, you can stitch as well around. That's totally fine. I'm going to leave this bit of white edge from... The reason there's some white edge there is that that was the extra paper that is sort of on the edge of the inside of a book. So I'm going to leave it there because I'm just going to ink it. I kind of like the raggedy, slightly raggedy edge of it. So we can put the lid on our glue here and just... do a little inking. There we go. Okay. So then the next thing we can do is we can adhere these down so that they are like more perfect kind of pockets. So you could staple this across, and that would be our use of staple, but my use of staple is going to be a little bit later. I want to glue these down, actually. And Pink Odd Bird also talks about some other uses for this. Like, you can literally leave the whole thing so it opens and it can be a journaling spot. There's a lot of different usages for this. but I'm focusing on creating tuck spots because that is our challenge for today. Okay. I just want to burnish this a little bit. And just make sure that's fully adhered. Get rid of this paper. Oops. I'm going to get another piece of paper to just lie under here. Then we're going to just ink this back, this little white gap again that is there because I cut. But that's exactly what I want because we have now this spot that's still open. So I can still use it as a tuck spot, but it still looks like an envelope, and we have two tuck spots here, or a pocket rather back there. Now we need to add the second magnet. So it'll catch on the first one, so you'll know exactly where to put it. So then I'm going to, again, just use double-sided tape to just keep it right in its little spot there. And actually, you know what? I have to lay this one down without it. I need something for it to sit on. So you want to use double-sided tape on the top and on the bottom. You could use fabric tack too. Fabric tack is very good to adhere most things. There we go. Okay, so now just let that catch. There we go. And another piece. And that's not going to move at all. This is like pretty heavy duty double-sided tape actually. And it's like sticky, stuck to sticky. So it's very, very sticky. Okay, then just to even things out on the back, because this won't be visible, I'm going to use a piece of paper to just keep everything flush in the back so that when you are using, you know, when you're putting it in a journal, that nothing will catch it. Plus it just kind of protects the tape and everything. So just, you're not going to see this side, so it's totally fine. I'm just going to pinch around the magnet there. There we go. So now we have a magnetic closure. Okay, and then we've got a tuck spot here, a tuck spot here, and a pocket at the back. So that's fun. Okay, so the stress of the magnetic closure is done. We don't have to worry about that anymore. Now we do need to use our staple. So I have a few things that I wanted to use. The main thing I want to use on here is a butterfly. That is the plan. So I also have, what I wanted to use the staple for is this. I have this plastic fern. I really like the fronds on it, and I think in order to put them down, really only a staple would hold them down. So I think for, you know, more kind of exotic things that you want to add to your ephemera, like, you know, plastics and things, I recommend using a staple because it will make things a heck of a lot easier. So I have this little staple gun that has like smaller staples. So I'm just going to go in with it here. I just want to see kind of how, and I might need to use my big stapler. I was hoping to not have to use my big stapler, but I don't know. The shape of this is a little, oh, we got it. Okay, so there's that one. Then just want to see like how I want to lay that out. I'm happy with this one, but I think the butterfly is going to go here. So I think I'll put another one over here. And maybe one more. Maybe right there. Okay, so those are stapled on. I can put something over the back here, like a label or something, to just hide that. And I do have a few ideas here for what I want to do. So now I'm going to go ahead and add the butterfly, and I'm going to use Fabri-Tac to do that. Just because it is going to be sitting on top of the magnet. Let me just pull this bit of extra glue off the bottom of my bottle here. Okay. Right, just sort of center that. We're going to push it down on the fronds, but not onto this. Just press. Okay, so we have the potuckalope with the magnetic closure, and we have a tuck spot here and here. So there's actually 2 tuck spots in this little area. You can put something, let me see if I have something little to show you like how we could do this. Book page. So if I took a book page, like a little, this could be like a little note that you could put inside of, you know, the envelope aspect of this here. Then it's a little bit long, I think. Still, let's just shorten it. So, you know, you've got your little letter here. Then you can put a couple of other things in here. So let's say, you know, a little tag or whatnot here and a little tag or whatnot in here. Then the whole thing will close and you've still got room for something back here, a large thing. So it's a pretty dynamic, fun pocket to make. So that's number 1. Let's do the other 2, which will be easier. Let me take my pin off of there. It's sticking to that magnet. Okay. So I'll move that one out of the way and we will move on to, let's use the white one just to take a break from the patterns. Okay, so this one I'm just going to use this way. So I want to glue the whole thing down to the back of the page. So I'll have this will flip up and I'll have this envelope and I'll have those 2 tuck spots. So the first thing I need to do though is, because this is just a regular piece of paper, I need to just, oopsies, hold on, I need a different one. I tore that. That's a bad example. Okay, hold on. Here's one. That's okay, because now I can show you again how to do this. Easy peasy. So again, we have our diamond that becomes a triangle. This comes down to the center. Then this comes into the center as well. And this comes into the center as well. Okay, now I'll just burnish again. See how quick, once you learn to do this, this is super quick. Okay. Now, as I was saying before I tore the other one, there's text on it, right? So we want to cover up anything that will be visible that could be ugly. So I decided what I wanted to do that with is a bird book. Because I love birds and I have a lot of bird books. So let's think about what kind of birds we want in here. Maybe this flicker would be pretty here. So we'll go with this flicker. And I'm just going to tear around the flicker. Okay, so there's the flicker. Then we need to cover a few things here. So first of all, this needs something going this direction. So now this is, I said, going to be glued down, right? So we've just got to be concerned about here and really only in here, because I'm fine. This just says Curiosa, which I think is great. So I think, yeah, that won't work for this one because it faces the wrong direction. So let's use that somewhere else. I need a bird facing this way. Here's a woodpecker, actually. Oh, but that's a kingfisher. Oh, that's okay. We'll just use the woodpecker and stop being silly. Okay. I'm a bird book hoarder and I have to get out of the habit, so we are just going to fight it today. Fight it. Okay, there we go. Now, yeah, that's better. Okay, so just see, yeah, right about like that. Okay, so I'm just going to glue that in. So I know where I need to tear here. Oops. So I'll glue this on here. We cover up all that text that we don't need. And then over here, just snip that little bit of excess off here. Okay. Oops. Now I think, no. What do I want to put on this side? Maybe like a little bit of foliage. I have a tree book. Hold on. So I have the equivalent of the bird's book in trees. So I just want to put like a little bit of foliage right on that side. Let's see if we can find something. Yeah, that could be cute right there. I think maybe the oak leaf, white oak leaf. I could even keep the 84, the book page number maybe, or at least a piece of it. That's fine. Yeah, okay. So now we'll glue that on as well. And I know the whole thing is looking very stark white right now, but don't worry. It's all part of the plan. Okay. Throw this away. All right, so we've gotten rid of the ugly stuff. Then this will be folding down. Okay, so now we need to decide what we want to do with this top flap, because this will, yeah, this will fold down, I think, to be an envelope, but we're going to have this glued at the back. And so I want to do something kind of fun with it, something a little bit like more freeform. I still want to use my butterfly though. I'm thinking on this one I want to use a monarch. So I mean, I could do it up here instead of down here on the closure this time, and then do something a little smaller on the closure. Maybe even, yeah, the fern fronds. That would be neat, and that's where we can use the staple. So let's just start by inking up a little bit and adding, you know, some grunginess to this, because So we have to remember that this whole thing is going to be visible. So now the exception would be these flaps because they're going to be glued down, but all of this is going to be visible. Okay, so those will be glued down. And actually, maybe we'll go ahead and glue them down now so that they have a bit of time to dry. Oh, I already added glue there. Okay. There we go. Get rid of this page. Okay, then I think this I'm happy with. So now down here we want to use those fronds from the fern. So I want to use a couple of sizes, I think. Like a larger one. And, oops, glue. Just put the lids on the glue, put the lids on the Distress Oxide. Okay, so a big one, maybe a sort of smaller one, not the smallest one. And then like another medium one. Okay, so now I need to figure out how do I want to layer these, and do I want to have anything else there with them or just the ferns themselves. So let's just use our stapler to staple them together. Oops. Hold on. I need to just flatten this one down a little bit. Okay. Also, just to decide how I want to lay them out on the paper. I kind of want to keep the word Curiosa right there. I like that there. Maybe I don't need 3. Maybe I only need 2. Let's see if we can do this. Actually, no, I just think it's probably too fat. No, maybe not. Okay, we've got 1. Okay, there's 2. Let's just remove this staple. We don't need that one. Okay, so we've got 2 on there, and I think that's fine because I want to keep the word Curiosa right there. Then our butterfly will go up here. Let's get rid of this sticky paper. So our butterfly will go up here. Okay. And I could even use the stapler for the butterfly, but I won't. I don't need to. I think I want to get some like text in behind that, like book page text. So let me grab an old book page. Actually, I have some avocado dyed paper here that has text on it. And I like the pinky orange sort of tone. So let's do that. So if the butterfly's here, we'll put this maybe here. Just gonna move this out of the way. That there. Then in here, I want to cover the staple holes with it. I just want to tear both sides. Okay. I don't use a lot of staples in my work really because I don't like getting stabbed by them. That's my problem with staples, is they're very stabby. Okay, we'll just fold that up and over. And then a little more. Right there. Okay. Then I wanted to add a couple of things on here to just make this more interesting. And I love mushrooms, so I'm going to take a mushroom vellum stamp, and that's what's going to go on this side right here. Oops. And then on the other side, I have these little mushrooms, and I just want to see. I think I'll like the taller one better. Oops, I have. Okay. We could do both. We could do, I think I just like that one. Yeah. When it feels right, it feels right. Okay. Stickers are so fiddly. I always do these fiddly things. Okay, here we go. Then, let's make sure that's all stuck down. And then we're going to ink over here on top of the white rim around that sticker. Okay, so that all blends a little better. Okay. And now we need to glue on the butterfly. So what I'll do is just fold it down for a minute and then just kind of trace the line. Whoops, it moved. There we go. Trace the line where we want to glue to, so I don't get glue all over the place. Okay, just gonna smooth that around a little because we got a bit of a blob there. Okay, then come back down here and just kind of line up the edge so that we make sure we don't get any glue in behind. All right. Then what else do I want to do? Is that done or is that not done? I could put a little frond up here too, to just kind of make it cohesive. There we go. I'm just going to push the edges down here using the back of my, yeah, there we go. Actually, also the bone folder would work just to press that really well. I don't like staples to stick up. So there, I quite like that. I'm just trying to decide if I need like a verse there. I think I do. How about this one? Quiet for a minute. I like that. A little bit of quiet. Okay, so we have, this is going to stick down. We're going to have this pocket back here. You open this up. We have an envelope here that would go behind both of these, but then also these have little tucks here too. So you can put 4 pieces of ephemera in these. You know, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm pretty happy that we made these. They're pretty fun. I think I will end the video after 2 though, so I don't take up a ton of time. But there we go. We have created tuck spots. We have used staples, magnetic closures, butterflies. Happy days. So thank you again for tuning in to day number 10. I'm still loving this challenge and having a lot of fun with it. And I will be back tomorrow with something else that's super fun. I hope you're taking part as well as much as you can, and we will talk soon. You can find all of my social media information down below in the description box. And if you haven't yet subscribed, I'd love it if you did. Have a great day. Bye for now.